Okay, we have 8 staff members who are also retiring but who were unable to be here tonight. That's my stack here. Sonia Crozier, Director of Professional Development Center. Jean Froese, Office Associate. Marjorie Matthews, Office Associate. Alice Moy, Food Service Assistant. Nadine Pavich, Custodian. Sharon Steiger, Library Specialist. Jane Ellefson, Art Gallery Preparator. Stephen Jones, Art Gallery Curator. Both Jane Ellefson and Stephen Jones will have a farewell exhibit in the CLC Wright Gallery June 27th through July 25th, and that exhibit will feature still life paintings from both artists. I request that we unanimously accept these resolutions as presented and have them made part of the official minutes to honor these employees who were not able to attend this evening's meeting. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second? Second. Unanimous?
Yes.
Aye. Moving on to the trustees' report. First of all, before we get into discussing what we did at the ICCTA Governance Institute for Student Success, I would like to ask the board, and I know Trustee Olschlager and I and Trustee Gashgarian have all spoken about this or talked about this. The Governance Institute for Student Success had an online survey that they had asked all board trustees throughout the state to complete, and we saw only a portion of our data because not everyone completed it. This was something that was paid for by the Gates Foundation, and it's not affiliated in any way with Narcissa or any of that. The Gates Foundation is doing this as a separate survey. We got some really interesting feedback from the people that did complete the survey, so I would ask the board, those of you that didn't, we'll give you the online link. Please do it because it's important, and I think you'll be really surprised at what you see if you will take the time to fill that out so that we have a full board amount of data. And then many of the colleges did not have all the board members complete it, and so each of their board chairs and administrators are asking them to please get the extra people to fill it out so that we can get the data that we need to deal with, because I think it will help us going forward with our Student Success Initiative. So that being said, Derek will email a reminder with the link. Okay. We attended the Illinois Community College Trustees Association annual convention June 5th through 7th in Springfield, and the trustees who participated there were Trustee Gashgarian, Trustee Anderson, Trustee Olschlager, Trustee Griffin, myself, along with President Weber, and student trustee Annabella, or Bella, T-Day, also attended the ICCB Student Leadership Institute, which ran concurrently. I know I can speak for the Student Success Initiative that Trustee Gashgarian, Olschlager, and I sat in on, which was an all-day event. We came back with some very interesting information, lots of data on the whole state and where things stand in terms of student success, and some good ideas of things that we want to start looking into implementing. So I don't know if either of you would like to comment on that whole day session. Go ahead.
Well, the one thing I would say is that it comes at a good time since it's what's being introduced by the administration at our school. What was helpful for us, because I think all of you have been to a lot of meetings and sessions, and sometimes it goes in one ear and out the other, and there's not much to retain. But the ending part after we did the day's sessions of brainstorming, they gave us 25 practical, tried and true practices that have led to measurable outcomes of student success. And these, a lot of them were prescriptive, like no late registration at your school. Others were simply students join study groups. But it was interesting for us to see these 25 practical practices that they have found have been successful. So we're hoping that we can have maybe a committee of the whole meeting after everybody's put their input in and talk about how we can implement these initiatives here.
Yeah, just maybe one piece on top of that, because I've probably gone through more of these than some of the other folks. For me, the big value is being able to just steal what other colleges are doing successfully. And many of them don't even cost anything, just that maybe we haven't thought about it or whatever. So I find the most value in just taking a look at what other schools are doing across the state and stealing their best practices as well. Something as simple as implementing a welcome center on campus, so that your school has a more open, welcoming feeling as students come on campus for the first time. Something like that. Put up a sign that says welcome center. It's no big deal. But it's things like that, and there's just value in learning from your folks across the state.
I think we saw a lot of good ideas from other community colleges, but the other thing that was really interesting and eye-opening was looking at all of the statistical data that we received, all the colleges throughout the state, so that we knew what their success rates were, where things were trending, whether they were trending up, trending down, where they were strong, where they were weak, and how we compared to all of those. And that's information that we'll share with all the rest of the board. But it was very, very interesting to see a lot of people are having a lot of problems in a lot of the schools, and we're all focusing on student success. And so we were able to collaborate and bounce ideas off each other, like Trustee Olschlager said, and say, hey, did you try this? Did this work for you? Well, no, it didn't work for us, but it worked for them. So we came back with a lot of good ideas that I hope we can use going forward.
I'll just say, if I could, just make a comment on that. I attended that session also, and it was very enlightening. I brought the information back to our exec staff about the 25 practices. It was a nice handout, nice one-page handout in that. In some of those we already have, and some of those will be instituting, but we did pick up some new ideas there. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the student success under the president's report. But it was timely because now we're having some retreats to talk about it.
Next up, we have asked our student trustee, Bella Tide, to report on CLC student activities, conferences, and issues. So Bella?
The Multicultural Student Center welcomes summer session with Bollywood Grove, a cultural dance celebration this Thursday. Students also will have an opportunity to learn about student activities and other student services at this event. Program Board Summer Movie Nights kicks off June 27th with the Lego Movie at 8 p.m. in the PE Center. As this is a big draw for children and families, games and activities will be provided. MetaVision began a summer boating, training, and leadership development class. The training is held on land and teaches skills such as team building, accountability, and problem solving. Sister-to-Sister members also took this class. The Women's Center is holding its 10th annual school supplies drive through July 18th. All donations will go to the school-aged children of low-income students. About 150 children benefit from this effort each year. The Environmental Club, Multicultural Student Center, and the Women's Center are co-sponsoring the NCARE, I hope I said that right, fashion show fundraiser on June 28th. NCARE is an African word that means water, and all proceeds will go toward providing clean drinking water and sanitation training for all the Maasai tribe in Kenya. That is the end of my report.
Thank you. University Center held their quarterly meeting on June 11th, and our liaisons for that committee are Trustee Anderson and Trustee Kerrigan. Do you have any comments regarding their June 11th meeting?
Okay, well there you have it.
We reviewed the budget, and there are two alternatives to the budget. And basically, one of them takes approximately $200,000 out of the cash contingency that they have. They have
Pretty healthy
reserve.
fund. Yeah, they're pretty
$4 million
healthy.
reserve, so, and the other one would take about 700,000. But the 200,000 seemed to fly well with the board, so that seems to be the thing to go with. They're having trouble getting this Board of Higher Ed to listen to them and do the funding for the whole university center. And so the amount that they got last year seems to be the amount that will be in the budget for this coming year. Whether or not they get it in one big chunk, get it over a period of time is another question. That also necessitates them going into the $4 million and digging into it, not being able to reimburse it until the money comes from the state. And also they have the lobbyists now for the Northern Illinois University being lobbied on behalf of the University Center. But it seems that there should be a lot more things going through Northern Illinois University which aren't going through Northern Illinois University, hence the budget still is out of whack. So hopefully they will pay attention to that and get that under control.
Hey, Rich?
Yes.
Do you, what's your thoughts on the change of leadership at IBHE? Is it going to be a positive thing for the University Center? Or?
I think it's going to be a positive thing. I know I had an opportunity to talk to Dr. Applegate over lunch in Springfield a few weeks ago, and he seems very positive on the University Center. So I think that's going to be good. Unfortunately, the Board of Higher Ed took some slaps this week with the leaving the payouts to George Reed, which we all knew it was happening. I'm surprised the newspapers didn't know about it. But so I think that's a positive thing for the Board of Higher Ed and for the University Center. The thing about the University Center is they were talking about the building in Waukegan and the stuff that they might have done to the building in Waukegan that enhanced the building, and whether or not the College of Lake County would be reimbursing them for any of that. And I mentioned that they could buy the building from us, we'd be happy to sell it to them, and that didn't go over too big. But 3 of the board members joined me in remembering, and I thank them profusely for remembering that the city of Waukegan had a large grant to redo the whole alley behind our building and to connect the University Center building to our building, 1 North Genesee, to our regular main campus. And they never did it. They took the money and spent it elsewhere. But that was one of the reasons that we bought 1 North Genesee, because the city of Waukegan was going to renovate the alley and make it a promenade for our students. And they never did. And I said, thank you for remembering that, because my board looks at me like I have 3 heads when I say that, and like I'm the only one that remembers that. But they remembered it also, so I'm vindicated. Thank you.
Okay, we have a board agenda announcement. We'll be holding the following items: 11.12, 11.13, 11.14, and 11.71 for closed session. I will request a closed meeting under the Illinois compiled statutes 5 ILCS 120, Section 2C1, the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body, and Section 2C2, collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or their representatives, or deliberations concerning salary schedules for 1 or more class of employees. There will be action after the closed meeting, and that concludes the chairman's report. We will move on to the president's report.
All right. Well, I, of course, want to begin by acknowledging Mary Beth's 14 years of service to the college, and especially her support for me. Yeah, she's just been a great colleague to work for, and just wonderful.
You hear he said he worked for
you.
Oh my God. That's a Freudian slip. Very good.
I do.
We've all known that.
Mary Beth's not happy, nobody's
Yeah,
happy.
to be honest, most of the executive staff works for her, but anyway.
They're all nodding their heads. That's pretty good.
No, just a great, just a great colleague to work with. and a friend. And look forward to Karen Sinase. Let me talk first because it's something that's